Mine's up, mine's up. What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Takiyah Diamond, and I want to welcome you all to the Minds Up Radio Show, The Enlightened One. Tonight, we have a very, very powerful person coming in on the line with us tonight. She is a phenomenal life coach, and she just does so many wonderful things. So, the wonderful young lady that we're bringing in with us tonight goes by the name of Rashida Gaye. Now, Rashida is a Penn State graduate. She's a certified NLP Life Coach, a registered clinical hypnotherapist, and Reiki Practitioner. She believes in helping people improve their lives from the inside out. She uses hypnotherapy, NLP techniques, and Reiki to first work with the real driver in your life, which is your unconscious mind. And this work that Rashida does will actually help you release your limiting beliefs and emotional blocks. She also incorporates action planning to work with your conscious will. Now, you already know, sometimes we come against these stumbling blocks along the journey, but Rashida knows exactly how to successfully help you continue to achieve your goals and eliminate those stumbling blocks that keep you stuck to where you can't go nowhere. Rashida is passionate about helping her clients do the work that it takes to live a life of self-love, passion, purpose, and abundance. So I want you guys to give a warm welcome for the lovely, gifted, and talented Rashida Gaye.
Thank you. Thank you. So glad to be here.
Wonderful. I am so glad to have you. We finally were able to make this happen, right?
Yes. Sorry about that. It's been like crazy.
Time zone thing could be a little.
Yes, that's it. I appreciate you being up so late to do this.
You know what? It's for a good cause. I love what I do. I took a little power nap, like, okay, let's take like a good 10-minute nap, and then I could get up and me and my girl, we can rock out. Oh, Rashida. Who is Rashida Gaye? Tell me, who is Rashida?
So many things. Oh my God. The most important thing I am is a mother to my two beautiful children who I just put down, and I'm drinking my tea. It's been a long day with them. So that's the most important thing that I am. But I'm also a woman who, I'm a wife. Like you said before, my titles, life coach and hypnotherapist. But I think more importantly, I'm a woman who has grown and healed so much in my life. And I meet so many people that are kind of on the same path. And I know exactly how to hold their hand because I've been through what they've been through. And so I resonate with so many people and their struggles. So yeah, I'm a woman who's healed and who's grown so much.
I understand.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your story. Most of the time when God assigns us assignments to do the things that we do, such as life coaching and mentoring and just, stepping into the lives of so many people, there's usually a story behind what caused us to want to be, propelled to move forward and help other people not make the same mistakes we made, or even if they have made those mistakes already, help them understand that they're not alone. We've been through that before, but we can't do it. They're not stuck. So what was that turning point for Rashida that made you say, okay, I gotta get out there and I gotta help these people? What to do?
It's funny. I think people like us were born teachers. I was just talking to my sister about this probably a couple of months ago, and we were talking about how when I was a kid, I used to love to put my dollies together and have class, and I think I was always a teacher. There's, you're born with certain gifts and certain talents, and just my personality was just one of a person who liked to help people, help them grow, and help to educate them, and so that was always a part of who I was. But I think I suffered a lot with, self-esteem issues in my teens and my 20s based upon the environment I came from, very dysfunctional home, and growing up in poverty, and the neighborhood I grew up in, and all the other influences I think really affected my sense of self and my self-esteem. And so I got to a point, probably I was late 20s, like 28. And I remember the exact turning point where I was like, this life is not working for me, right? I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I was working, and I had, got out of college, and I had, was wearing that mask of confidence, and I'm happy, and my life is so wonderful, because I have an education, and I had bought my first home, and I have a nice car, I was living that mask, but inside I was suffering. I was miserable, suffering inside. And I remember I was getting ready to go out, and I was dressed, to the T, and was going to meet some friends. And I was in my bathroom, and I was looking at the mirror. And I looked at the mirror, so many times before, right? This time, when I looked at the mirror, I saw the pain. I saw it, like how I saw my nose or my lips I saw it. I saw through this facade. And I had been hurting and suffering for a long time, and pretending like, I had this confidence and this self-esteem, and I didn't have it. And I ended up on the bathroom floor in tears, because I was like, I'm so miserable and I'm so hurting. And I discovered then that it was time for me to get some help. So I think, that, epiphany, combined with me always loving to help teach and help people grow, I think I realized that there were a lot of people out there in the world who were wearing the same mask I was wearing, and that you don't have to live like that. You can genuinely be happy. And so I decided probably like a couple of months ago. I turned 40, and I had another epiphany. When I turned 40, I literally woke up. 40 is amazing. 40 is the truth. I woke up the day after my birthday. And my birthday was June 28th. I woke up the next day, and I was like, I'm going to do what I feel called to do, which is to help women, especially, to love themselves, to know their worth, to know what they deserve, and to live a life where they're really happy, not just faking it, not just, quote unquote, gathering stuff, to make themselves feel happy. I am going to show them what real happiness is and how to achieve it. And I have not looked back. I was working, I quit my job. I started to
that was awesome.
That took
talk about the quitting your job thing, because you're so motivated, but go ahead and finish.
And so I just decided, like, I don't know where that courage came from, but I decided that
we know where it came from.
Yeah, it was a call. I was called. I was really called. I was really called, because I remember sitting, answering my company emails, right, on my computer, and then answering like my Facebook messages and my messages from my group from Mind Shift Life, right?
Okay.
And I remember sitting at the computer and thinking, I don't want to answer an email for my company. I could not bring myself to put my fingers on the keypad to answer this email. And something said to me, what are you doing?
Wow.
Like, why are you doing both of these things? And your heart is not really in this job. Why are you doing that? And I was like, fear. I'm afraid. And this thing said to me, you don't have to be afraid. Like, you're on the right path. So why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? And then I just quit that day and have never looked back, and everything is going so smoothly. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And that's so empowering and so encouraging, because I think a lot of coaches try to juggle the two. And I'm one of those people who try to juggle the two. I mean, I don't hate my job. It's not like it's a bad place to be. I think some of the people need a little cleaning up, but who am I to judge?
And that's why you're there, probably.
Right. Everybody's going to get it at their own time. Right. So, right. Might be like, girl, you need to get your life together. Here's my book. Boom.
Right.
I give it to him. I'm like, girl, you need to read this book. Read chapter number 3. You like that chapter?
I need to write a book.
I'll give it to you for $10. Take $5 off.
Right.
I pitch it to him.
Right.
But I think that's one of the battles that I battle with sometimes, challenge myself inside. Like, for whatever reason, it's like I could get up like 5:30 in the morning and I will still go to work late, because my passion and my purpose has me more driven than getting to that job. But I know I'm covered. Like, I know I have the favor of God over my life. So I never go in worrying like, oh God, here I go. I'm being late again. They probably gonna fire me because me and God already made that agreement. I'm gonna move you out
when you're ready.
Exactly. So don't stress about it. You know, do what you gotta do. Continue to build your empire. And before you know it, you're gonna be walking away. So my boxes are already packed. I'm just waiting, like, you know, even if they said, well, you know, Takiyah, we don't need you no more, I'll be like, for real? That's what's up. Thank you.
Right. You'll know. You'll know. You know, it's funny. You'll come to a point where you'll just know, and then you'll just have
you know,
what you need to do to go.
I appreciate that. Like, whatever. Thank you guys for everything that you did here for me. I appreciate it. And you know what? You guys will see me on the Oprah Winfrey Show, so stay tuned.
Exactly. Oh my God. Tell me about it. She will be serving me tea. She'll be bringing the tray. I have a picture of her on my vision board, bringing my tea out to me. Like, so we'll be having tea at her house very soon.
Yes. So when you were a little girl, did you ever really dream of what it is that you're doing now?
You know what's funny? I always had big dreams. I was that little kid in the ghetto that was just a dreamer. I just thought, and I think TV helped because I watched a lot of TV when I was a kid. I was like, if people are living like that, why am I living like this? I was like, it's not right. And I told my dad when I was like 7 or 8, I was like, I'm getting out of the ghetto. Not really sure how, but I am. And so I've always been a dreamer. I didn't see myself as a, hypnotherapist, life coach, but I always saw myself doing something big, living a big life, living a life of, luxury, living a life where I could travel all over the world. That was always my dream. Like, I remember being a kid and having the globe. My stepmom had bought me a globe one time. I remember like pointing out all the places, like I'm going to go here and then here and here. And so I've had those dreams of travel and fun and adventure. And so it's funny because this career, this business, I know will give me that. I'm meeting people all over the world. So
isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
how you
amazing.
really just can meet people all over the world, but the people that you meet when we come into this being, you end up attracting people who are just like you.
Yes. Oh, and also too, who the people that I'm attracting are people that have suffered from the same things I have.
Right? That's your tribe.
Right. And I call them that. These people are my tribe. Like, I understand their pain because I've been in that pain. So
oh my goodness, look at that. That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us could ever really see the way out when we're in it.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. You just think it's too much. You're like, I can't handle this alone. This is just too much.
But so what was the I guess the best way to ask this question is because I know we all go through, those of us who come into this awakening where things just start to pop.
Yes.
And you're just like, okay, what's this? And it's this profound wisdom. For me, when it came out, I was just like, who is this person? I don't know who she is, but I like her.
I like her. Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, but I want to keep her. So God, don't take her away, whoever she is.
And I want her to keep growing. I want her to keep growing. She's phenomenal.
Oh my goodness. So was there like a particular situation that you looked at and you realized that this wise woman was actually coming about? Like,
you know what happened? There were so many times where I felt broken and I had to learn so many lessons. And every lesson where I made mistakes, right? I did things I knew weren't really beneficial for me. There were times where I didn't love myself very well. And so I was making poor choices in regards to men, in regards to everything, friends, the choices I was making in life. And I learned so much. And I'm the kind of person that when I made mistakes, I learned from them. And so the wisdom comes from this entire journey of all of these different mistakes I've made so that I can tell people, don't go down that way. I've been down that way. That way is not going to work. It's not good. And then also, I think coming to a point where I started to really love the inside of me. I think people always glorify the outside of me, right? You know, oh, you're so pretty, you're tall, da, da, da. And I think all I saw was that, right? And so I used to
Outside.
focus on that. Like that was what made me feel good about myself. Oh, I'm pretty, right? And then I think I came to a point where I started to really go inward. And the more I went inward, I was like, look at all this amazing stuff on the inside.
Right.
And then I focused on that to the point where it's weird now because I see the inside just like I see the outside now.
That's good.
Yeah, it's so deep. It's really deep.
It is deep. It is.
So the whole path is what I think is what gives us wisdom. It's all the mistakes we've made, the journey, you know, all the trials and
learning, right? Like all that stuff you're learning on the way.
Learn.
And then some of this stuff you're just like, this existed? Like, what is this? Exactly. And have you noticed that each time you get to one point and you think about it,
more.
Boom, here's something.
There's more layers. I feel like as I pull off this one, then I see something else. I'm still hurting from that, from freaking 5th grade. Oh my God. Like, really? You know, so it's like you just continue to pull off this junk. I call it junk.
Yeah.
You to pull it off so that you can start to be your authentic self and you can start to see who you really are and see the love in you. Yeah. And then once you see a little bit of that light, then you want more. You're like,
it's true.
More? There's more? Right? Come on here. Oh my God, there's more. Then you become really self-assured and you just become, I tell my clients this all the time. I don't really have answers for you, right? You have the answers. I'm going to help you take off the junk so that you can see them. See them very clearly. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So tell me, what is a day like in the life of Rashida Gaye? When you get up in the morning, what are some of the things that you do? Like, do you meditate? Do you pray? Like, what's some of the things that you do?
Well, the first thing I do, it's funny because certain days I'll wake up at 4 a.m. I'm like, really?
That's angel call.
Yeah, and I know it's like usually I'm inspired to write something, and usually I go to Facebook and write something, or I have thoughts in my head that I know I'm supposed to express to someone, you know. But I always give thanks, you know, to God when I first wake up in the morning. I always give thanks, and throughout my day, I'm always like, thank you. I mean, I'm literally like, I can look at my son and I came home from picking my daughter up, and we saw the moon, and me seeing the moon, I just think, oh, thank you. You know, like I see a sign of God and everything. And so I first give thanks. I do meditate every day, usually I do it at night because my kids getting them off to school and stuff is crazy. So at night, like around this time, my house is quiet. So I do a daily 30-minute meditation. I do pray. I do try to slow down.
Yeah,
even today I had 4 appointments today, and so I was rushing to get to the appointments. And in one of the appointments, I said to the client, I said, we got to meditate for like 10 minutes because I'm feeling very rushed and hurried, and I don't like that feeling properly. Yeah, nothing exactly. I was like, let's meditate, and so her and I meditated for 10 minutes, and then I could kind of connect back to myself, to the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. The appointment just flowed so nicely. Yeah. So I think contemplation is important, going inside of yourself and living on purpose. Like, why are you getting up every morning? When I get up in the morning, I'm excited. Like, I have clients to see. I have all this stuff to talk to. I'm like so geeked about it. Yeah, you should be geeked about your day.
I think for me, sometimes I'm like half and half. You know, it's like, oh boy, here I go. I gotta go to this place. But then when I get there, I forget about it. But like
you're there for a reason.
Well, the people that I talk to on the phone, like, I don't care about the job rules of certain things you're not supposed to say. Whatever comes to my mind or in my heart when I'm on the phone with them people, I say it. Whether it's God loves you, and most of them, I think they can always sense my energy, because they'll always, before I'll say anything, they'll say, oh, praise God for you. Thank God for you. You help me so much. It's almost like they feel comfortable with saying that. And I'm just like, bring it on. And I've learned to really receive that. I remember there was a time when I used to just kind of be like, thank you, and God bless you too. And like really didn't have anything behind it. But now when they say that to me, I'm like, thank you. And now I really mean it. Like, I actually...
People need inspiration. They're looking for it. They're hungry for it. Because people are starting to come to the realization that they don't just want to go through the motions of life. Like, who wants to just go pay bills, go to work?
So corny.
You know, like, who wants to do that? Like, that is so empty. And that's what I was always feeling. Like, this feels empty. This does like it's full of substance. Like, why am I breathing just to freaking pay bills and go to a job that I'm not 100% passionate about? Like,
Yeah.
there's more to, and rushing to get home and cook dinner and do all this stuff with my kids. And like, I just felt like enough. This is enough. I don't want this anymore.
Like
I'm
life
done.
itself was just way too much. Like
It's not
there's a
enjoyable.
whole nother life
Yeah.
in you.
It's not enjoyable. And you're supposed to enjoy life. Like, you're supposed to enjoy it. It's not supposed to be drudgery. Not like, you know, it's not like
you for that one, honey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be enjoyable.
So I know I read somewhere that you were actually looking to write a book. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's 24 hours in a day. I need like 48 in a day. Because it's like every day, there's so much I want to do. Like, you have no clue. Like, I have so many ideas about ways I can empower people. And a book would be one way to do that. It's just, I need time to sit down and like actually do it on a consistent basis. You know, so I'm not there yet, but I'll be there one day. I will.
Yeah, you will. I think when I put mine together, I just kind of took some time aside and said, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to do anything else today. I'm not going to let anything else bother me. And I'm going to get this done. And then I'm going to go back and check it over another day after I allowed it to marinate. And I felt good about myself. Then that's just a suggestion for you to just choose a day and just say, look on the calendar, choose a day and say, this is the day that I'm going to put all this stuff together. I'm going to go all the way back in my Facebook statuses and see if anything triggers me to put it in, and I'm just gonna write it out. Don't try to make it make sense. Just
let it flow.
Yeah, just do it. You can go back.
That's a good idea, because in order for me to be on Super Soul Sunday, I need a book. Oprah's Super Soul Sunday show, she always has authors on there, and I always think,
I can't wait to go in there. How do I get on there, girl?
Well, I'm going to send her my book eventually, and then it's just going to happen. I don't know how. I don't need the how. I
want you to share that information with me.
Once I figure it out, I will.
Well, then if I figure it out first, I'll give it to you.
You let me know.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. So what was your inspiration of you actually wanting to write the book?
I've always been a writer. I was born a writer. I come from a family of, my dad's a poet, my brother's a poet. Words are super important in my family. I grew up around people who understood the power of words. Wow. And I've always had this, I was very shy as a kid.
Really?
And I didn't have this voice that I have now. I didn't have this voice. But I always had words. I was a writer as a kid. I remember taking, when I was like 8, taking a composition paper ripping out of books, folding it, and making books, drawing.
Wow.
I've always been a writer.
Naturally.
I've always been a writer. We were born with certain gifts and talents. And so I always loved words. Like in college, I wrote for the college paper. I've always been fascinated, but I have to be inspired. That's the thing. Like, some writers can, write every day, but if I'm not inspired, I can't sit down and write every day.
Yeah. A lot of that's, I think, like, I read a lot of your posts, which are very, very inspiring, by the way.
Thank you.
I think that you are a phenomenal writer. I can always feel your presence when I'm reading your articles.
I love that. Oh, that made me gave me my group.
Let me shine some light on that ego.
Yes. I love that. That made me feel so good. It says our meeting's ending in 10 minutes, girlie.
That's okay.
I want to make sure I don't let you maybe cut off.
Part 1 and a part 2.
Okay.
So, what do you enjoy most about your work?
Man, let me tell you, I get like super geeked when I see the transformation in people. What they're saying is changing, how they're thinking is changing, how they're feeling is changing, and it does something to my soul. It literally lights my soul up, and I feel so accomplished. Wow. And when my clients are, telling me things they're doing and how they're seeing the shifts, when they see the shifts in them, whew,
they're amazed, right?
Yes. Oh, I feel so good. That's why I do this work. That's why I do this work.
You feeling it right now.
Yes. I'm going back to the moments where I'm thinking about my clients, and they're like, I had a client, for instance, that had visibility issues with putting her voice out there, and she's been shooting videos for her page and watching her development. I love growth. I love seeing people grow and being a part of that.
Right.
How
That's
much
the
more
best
fulfilling could
thing,
life be,
right?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the best
yeah,
thing. Now, is
yeah.
there anything about your path that you dislike? Is there anything that kind of annoys the heck out of you when it comes to your work?
I'll tell you, for me, I am obsessed with this work. And it could be a problem with my family because I'm literally attached to like something device throughout the day. And I have to remind myself, like, put it down, put it down, put it down. Because I'm
Wow.
obsessed. And when I say obsessed, that word doesn't even describe how I feel about this business and this calling and this practice that I have. I live, breathe, sleep, eat. I mean, literally thinking about my business. And so I'm trying to find balance.
Balance,
And I
yeah.
don't have that yet. So that's the only thing I would say that I really kind of bugs me
It's like
sometimes.
you kind of wish that there was two people,
Yeah.
right? I say that all
Yeah.
the time. I'm like, why can't there just be two of me? Then I won't have to
Yeah.
hear me.
Yeah, I was
Whoa.
just telling my husband today, I'm like, we need a maid. I was telling him today, I'm like, we need a maid and we need a cook because I don't really have time for this like domestic stuff.
For real.
I don't have time. There's things I need to do. I have a calling. There's things I have to do, and this, like, dishes are in the way.
I'm so glad that you're saying that because
They're in the way.
sometimes people don't really they don't understand that. Like when you say that you have things to do,
Right.
you really do have things to do.
That
Like
don't
it's still,
include
it makes
domestic
you like,
stuff.
what does she have to do? But it's like I don't think they understand sometimes. Like when you're getting into this knowledge and this and
Yes.
you're putting together these plans and you're
Yes. Oh,
scheduling
vision. Yes.
sessions
Yes.
and just all this stuff is coming to you.
Coming at you. Coming at you
Yes,
every
like
day.
maybe
Every
a
day.
YouTube video pops up and you press
Yes.
play and then that
I
one
gotta go
video
shoot. I gotta go
another one,
shoot.
and
I can't watch this right now.
next
I
thing you know,
cannot
you
watch
done
this.
spent like 2 hours on YouTube and you're like,
Right.
heck, I didn't get a chance to do such and such. So now
Right.
you feel like, okay, I really do gotta do
There are literally dishes in my sink right now. And I keep saying, when we need Takiyah off, I'm going to go wash those dishes or I'm going to put them in the dishwasher. Because there's other things I had to do. I just can't. I have things to do. People need me.
I know. Well, you're not alone, honey, because I'll be feeling the same way. Like, oh my God. So tell me a little bit about your processes and procedures as
Yeah.
well.
It's funny. I'm really like big into inner child work. Because what I've noticed with a lot of my clients and even myself, because I still see a hypnotherapist, okay? Because I know there's more than one child in there. So what happens is when you experience traumatic things, and to a child,
can you explain the inner child?
I'll explain what that is. So when you're growing up, right, in your life, from like the ages of birth all the way up to like 17, 18, right? There are things that have happened to you in your life that have been traumatic. And people will say to me, well, that wasn't very traumatic. But think about how a child thinks, right? Everything is traumatic, right? Mom yelled at you, about something, and it's like it traumatizes you. So when you experience trauma, especially abuse, right? That when that happened to you, say it was 8 or 9, that child is literally frozen in time in your subconscious. There's an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old, and they're acting like 8-year-olds, right? So here's a mature adult part of you that's like, I have all these goals, I have dreams, I have desires, and here are these children inside of you that are hurting. They're not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, not feeling loved, not feeling supported, not feeling safe. And they're causing you to act in ways that are not always productive, right? That are always beneficial. And you can't figure it out. You're like, well, I want to do these things, but I'll start a project and I can't finish it. Or I'll take a course and I won't finish it, right? Or I know I want to go give a speech to women, to motivate them, but I'm terrified, I'm afraid. Right. And there's this little child inside of you that you have to nurture and love and give support. And so one of the first things I do with a lot of my clients is I really start with inner child strengthening, right? To build their inner child up so they can give this child all this love and support that child never had. And then we go on to some other stuff, but that's where I really first start with. Then I really work with all their limiting beliefs. So those children have been taught certain things about themselves and the world based upon their experiences. So the reason why maybe you feel like you don't deserve to be financially stable, or maybe the reason why you feel like you don't deserve to have the career of your dreams or the house of your dreams or live in the city of your dreams is because someone in your life when you were a child way back in the day,
Right.
made you feel like you didn't deserve it. You weren't worthy. And so that part of you is still in your subconscious mind, holding you back, pulling the strings. You're not worthy. You're not worthy. Well, they hear it. They literally hear it in their head.
Oh, wow.
Worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I can't. I know, because I used to hear the same voice. So I know what it sounds like. I know that voice. And so that's the work that I do is inner child work, limiting beliefs, release work. And then once your confidence and your self-love and your self-belief and your self-acceptance, right, is at the level that you feel like it needs to be, then we do some conscious planning. So we'll start putting together the action plan for your dream. What is it that you want? And what are the steps that we need to build to get there? But I start with the foundation, building a really solid foundation before we go into, you have to. Yeah, getting rid of that voice and controlling your thoughts. And I'm at the point now where I can stop thoughts mid-thought.
Yeah.
That's how my consciousness is. There's a thought that says, you can't do that. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I just hear it? Did I just hear that? Did I just hear a thought that said I couldn't do something?
Right.
Then I stop and think, now where did that thought come from?
Right.
Who made me feel that way? Or who told me that? Right?
Right.
And most people don't analyze their thoughts. They just let all these thoughts all day long. I call it assault you. They're assaulting you. They're not supporting you, lifting you, building you. They're knocking you down, knocking you down. And so I have to build them up first.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some work.
it's work, but it's love.
But it's love, yeah.
It's all love. I love seeing them see the greatness in themselves.
That's true. That is so beautiful. So when we come back, so we're going to take our commercial break.
Okay, because we got a couple minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll come back, and then we can bring in, I think you can choose what it is that you would like to bring forth, whether it's a process or just maybe you can do an example with me of how you talk to certain inner children.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you decide.
Okay.
That the audience can know how you can help them.
Okay.
And then
one thing you mentioned was, and I found me a really good script. You mentioned that maybe doing like a financial kind of abundance hypnosis session.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we can, I can, because I got a really good script, so I can put you in a really relaxed state of
consciousness. Sounds good to me, and I think that everybody can use some financial abundance.
Oh, I listen to a financial abundance hypnosis tape every night. I literally play it in my ears.
Okay. Well, definitely. Hey, you know what? I think they're gonna love that. So we're going to come back. We want you guys to, it's going to log you guys out. So just log right back in. And then we're going to start in 2 minutes, 2 seconds. We'll take a short commercial break, listen to some music, and we're going to bring back the lovely Rashida Gaye. And she's going to walk us through some financial abundance to get that money out. What's up?
Okay, girl.
Mine's up from my heart to yours. We'll be right back. Deuces.
Flick down my screen, turn on my DVD, you know what I mean. Living up, living up, living up, living